Hi everyone, Adam here, and this is a retro quick movie review of King Kong Lives. And yes, I have a tiny microphone. And this stars Brian Kerwin, Linda Hamilton, Josh Ashton, Peter Elliott, George Antoni, and is directed by John Gilliman and released in 1986. So this is a direct sequel to the 1976 King Kong, which starred Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange, who only appear in archival footage. So at the end of the last movie, we saw Kong fall from the World Trade Center and appeared to have passed away. But as you know, and as the title gives it away, he lives. But he's been in a coma for 10 years and needs a heart transplant. But the other issue is he needs a blood transfusion, and it's hard to find, another animal that has the same blood type. As luck would have it, Hank Mitchell stumbles across a Lady Kong in Borneo, where he's able to ship it back to the Atlantic Institute, where they're keeping Kong under the care of Dr. Amy Franklin, played by Linda Hamilton, while doing the operation by giving Kong an artificial heart, while also using Lady Kong for a blood transfusion. The operation seems to be a success in one of the most unintentionally funny scenes where doctors are using oversized instruments for the operation, large swabs and forceps. I don't know, it just looked funny. But after the operation, are put into separate institutes. But once Kong wakes, he can smell Lady Kong as they're too close together. Of course, this being a King Kong movie, breaks the chains and escapes. But with two Kongs on the loose, we now have the army after them. Colonel Archie Nevitt, who wants to basically get rid of the Kongs. Of course, trying to stop this is Amy Franklin and Mitch, who start off not really liking each other, but you know how it is in movies. They don't like each other at first, and then they end up sharing a sleeping bag. Okay, so that's the basic premise of the plot. Okay, there is more to it. You've either seen this or haven't. This was the first time watch for me. I've always wanted to see it, even though it's notoriously bad and has like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I will say the work on the ape masks is pretty decent. You got to remember this is 1986, and they are quite expressive. And some of it is fun, especially when Kong goes on a destructive rampage. It's always fun watching the model work and a giant creature just walking through it. It's a giant ape walking through it. It's pretty much a staple of the older Kong movies. And the actors are trying their best, but let's be honest, the script's not great. John Ashton is hamming it up, but that's what makes it entertaining. That's what makes his performance entertaining. And Linda Hamilton tries her best with what she's been given. According to IMDb, she said that she thought this might help her career like it did in the original, like the original did with Jessica Lange. But then she was shocked by how, in her opinion, how bad it actually was. Is this a good movie? It's not. Did I enjoy it? Yes. It's one of those movies where it's it's absolutely ridiculous, of course. I mean, a giant ape movie is pretty ridiculous. Is it well made? It's not too bad, I guess. Special effects have dated, but like I said, this is an 86 movie, but the ape costumes do look pretty good. I'll give it that. Yeah, so it is a curious movie. I think with how they ended it, I think they wanted to do, spoiler alert, a Son of Kong sequel, but apparently this bombed so much that, yeah, we didn't see Kong for, was it about a couple of decades? Or close to a couple of decades, I think. Alright, so what I'm going to score this, it's really hard because I know it's not good, but it is fun, so I'll give it a 5.5. Yeah, it's terrible. It is bad, but I enjoyed it, if that makes any sense. You know, it's a fun, bad movie. Alright, have you seen King Kong Lives? What do you think of it? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.